So over time, brake fluid, it wears out. This leaves your entire brake system vulnerable to corrosion. High levels of corrosion in your brake system could actually cause the ABS unit to fail during an emergency stop. How do you know when the brake system is contaminated with corrosion? Well, luckily there's something called brake strip. It comes in a box, and inside you'll find there's some directions in here. You also find these cards, and the cards are given to the customer. That way they can make their own determination on whether the brake fluid's corrosive or not. But to test the brake fluid, it's really simple. You grab your bottle of test strips, you open it up, make sure you keep the bottle closed when you're not using it. You remove a test strip, and when we get to the brake fluid master cylinder, it's usually labeled with a .3 or .4. We want to make sure we clean it off. We don't want to get any dirt or grime inside of the brake system. Remove it. Also be sure not to get brake fluid on any paint. Brake fluid will eat through paint. And at this point, we simply dip the test strip into the master cylinder, tap off any excess fluid, and we're going to wait for this test strip to change color. It takes about 60 seconds, sometimes up to 90 seconds for it to reach its final color. The darker purple the test pad gets, the more corrosion that we have inside of the system, the more contamination that's in there. It's really neat. It's actually kind of like a blood test for your brake fluid. It gives you a quick reading of how healthy it is and when it's time to change. So keep in mind, it's pretty difficult to remove all that rust and contamination from the brake fluid. We do need to go ahead and make sure we get the fluid exchanged, but at the same time, you'll want to provide your customer with a brake fluid additive. This additive will help prevent future corrosion and prolong the life of the new brake fluid. So we've just tested the brake fluid, and we found out that there is a lot of copper contamination inside the brake fluid, and it is time to go ahead and have a change of that fluid. So we're going to recommend that to the customer. But along with the brake fluid exchange, we also want to make sure that corrosion doesn't come back if possible. So we're going to recommend a brake fluid additive along with the exchange. And this additive is going to slow down the corrosion. It's going to make the brake fluid last longer and help the brake system continue to operate the way that it should. So what if you test the brake fluid and you get 0 part per million, 10 part per million, 30, it's a light pink. Instead of changing the brake fluid, what you should opt to do is provide your customer with a brake fluid additive. This will prevent the brake system from corroding any further. It will coat it from the inside out and stop the rust from progressing and help the brake system to last longer. So you can learn more about BrakeShot at BrakeShot.com. On the website, you'll be able to print out some talking points that you can use when working with your customer to educate them about BrakeShot and what it's going to do for their vehicle. So when you get a chance, go to BrakeShot.com and get what you need.